Hi guys, this is Andrew here with Ice Game, and today we're going to be doing a little something different. It's not funny video, it's not a funny talk video. I'm sorry if you liked those. Most people don't, but today we're going to be reviewing something. We're going to be reviewing not a movie or a TV show, but a book. I know. I'm a geek. I read. I don't care. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Um, it's more of an adult book. Get your mind out of the gutter. But very, very scary. I really almost just peed my pants nearly. This is utterly terrifying. One of Stephen King's best, so I've heard. This is the only Stephen King book I've read. But a little background info. If you buy the new version, which looks like this, and down at the bottom it'll say newly introduced by the author, it has an introduction. And that explains, a lot about the book. He actually stopped writing this book because he was so scared. Because it's based off of kind of true things. One of them is different, and you'll know which one. Trust me, you'll know when you read the book. But, alright, so the book is about a man named Louis Creed and his family and his new neighbor his neighbor across the street, Judd Crandall. They had just moved into Ludlow, Maine, and in a little town there, and trucks pass there all the time, giant semis. They call them Orinco trucks in the book, I believe. And they just barrel down there. And, so that's where they live. And they had noticed that they have a path, and they had bought more property than they thought. So their neighbor across the street takes them down the path, and it leads to a pet cemetery. This is where the name comes in. Notice how cemetery is spelled wrong. Looks like it's spelled by a child. That's because in a book and in Stephen King's real life, it actually was spelled wrong on the sign, because children did actually spell it. And they didn't know how to spell it, so they spelled it like it sounded. And so don't go on any further if you don't like spoilers, because there's a spoiler coming up. So one day, Louis stays home for Thanksgiving while his family goes to Chicago to be with his wife's family. He doesn't like his wife's family. You'll find out why. And so he just has Thanksgiving dinner with Judd and his wife. And sadly that night, their little girl's cat wanders out across the street and gets hit by an Orinco truck. And very sad. So he buries it in a Micmac burying ground, and something weird happens. I won't tell you what. I don't want to spoil it for you. Now, some of you are very lazy and will say, well, they made a movie about it, I'll just watch the movie. Don't watch the movie. Not only is it bad actors and stuff, but it's a terrible reenactment. And the screenplay was written by Stephen King, which I find very odd, how an author would mess up their own book. But it's a horrible movie in its own way, not just because of the book. I find that the kids are better actors than the adults. So don't watch the movie. So, Pet Sematary. Pick it up at, Barnes & Noble, Tattered Cover, Borders, Target, Walmart. I got mine at a grocery store. I don't think you'll find yours at a grocery store because I'm surprised they had this. They only had like 2 copies, along with some of his other books that weren't even new. It was weird. But pick up a copy, read it. It's only 562 pages. 562 front to back. I don't want to show you any of the ending there. But very good book. I'd suggest picking up the new copy. But other than that, I think that just about sums it up. On a rating from 1 to 10 on my scale, I'm going to give this book a 9.5. Scratch that. I'm going to give it a 9. It was good, but, I'm a harsh critic. Next time, I'm going to be reviewing Desperation by Stephen King. Check out the cool little cover there. I'm not very far in, as you can see. Only 150 pages out of 700, but it's due back to the library in 2 weeks, and I have to finish it for school, so this will be coming up in a week or 2, so look for that one. And that's all I really have to say, except for subscribe. Bye bye until next time.